And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2025 World Supercourt semifinals and finals and the 2025 U.S. National Jai-Alai Championship, the most prestigious tournament in the world anywhere in Jai-Alai today. We'll be beginning in about less than a minute. Welcome. Andrew, how are you?
Hello, Stu. I am doing well. Excited here for the conclusion of the World Supercourt and U.S. National Jai-Alai Championship right here at the Magic City Fronton. We had a great qualifying day yesterday. Group A and B played through to give us our two semifinal matchups today. Let's see those right now. Arrutia Nicholas, representing Team France, will take on Gaucheri Naratz, representing Euskadi, the Basque Country. And then the U.S. matchup in the other semifinal, Inaki and Manu, the winners of Group A, taking on Zuleika and Ubia, the second place finishers in Group B. And then, Stu, we have the U.S. National Jai-Alai Championship. We'll play the double semifinals and championships, singles championships, and then we will close everything out today with the World Supercourt Final. That'll be the order of play today, beginning with our first semifinal, Arrutia Nicholas serving to Gaucheri and Naratz.
And ladies and gentlemen, we will be playing these according to Battle Court rules. First team to 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match. Arrutia has the serve for France. Arrutia and Nicholas representing France. And of course, Gaucheri and Naratz representing the Basque Country. Arrutia serves, we begin. Gaucheri from the 8 line, backhand. Robote forehand by Arrutia, passes, Naratz is there. Nicholas now from the 11 line to the inside, Naratz on the return. Beautiful catch by Nicholas at the sidewall, 13 line. Robote left side, saved to the outside, caught the pad. The pad is bad. First point of the first set goes to Arrutia and Nicholas of France. Arrutia serves.
Arrutia and Nicholas making their first semifinal appearance. Gaucheri and Naratz, always a contender in this tournament. Won a title here. They lost in the championship last year, so eager to get back in this spot. The front court battle is going to be the one to watch. You got Arrutia looking to burst onto the scene. This would be a big confidence-boosting win if he can knock off Gaucheri.
Big backhand by Naratz. Arrutia makes a save. What a grab by Naratz off the bounce. Naratz now from the 11 line to the inside. Robote dropping, saved by Arrutia. Gaucheri's going to pick that up, wind up. Powerful Costello caught in the air, down low by Nicholas. Robote, left side. Here's the backhand by Naratz. Gaucheri will save the Robote. Arrutia has it, winds up. Costello to the inside, comes up on Naratz, he makes the catch. Gaucheri will take that on the bounce, rifles the backhand. Nicholas advances to make the catch. Naratz pulls that off the side wall at the 12 line. Gaucheri, Costello. Nicholas advances, takes it in the air. Low and hard on the return. Caught by Gaucheri. Robote to the inside. Gaucheri's there. Nicholas, backhand from the 11. Rotate left side to the inside. Nicholas is there. Backhand again from the 11. Rotate saved by Rotz. Urrutia has it, winds up. The 2-0 rifled, stopped on the forehand to Gaucheri. Carambola scooped up by Nicholas. There's the forehand return, and that will score. What a point played by all four players. Point for Urrutia and Nicholas.
Yeah, what a way to set the tone in this match. The first shot that Urrutia throws, Gaucheri gets it, but Nicholas with the stop in the backcourt on that powerful forehand. Great play for the French team.
It looked like Gaucheri wanted that serve too, but Urrutia really put it in there. Here's the backhand from Gaucheri, wall to wall. Robote coming out. Big backhand by Rotz, wall to wall. Robote at the 6 line. Split placement, read and stopped by Rotz. Urrutia from the 7. Costado. Robote for Rotz. He makes the save, a little clip. Caught on the forehand of Urrutia. Cortada stopped in the backcourt by Rotz. Nicholas now from the 12 line to the inside. Low runner. Rotz has it on the forehand. Inside placement, big bounce brought down by Rotz and a beautiful catch. Robote forehand by Gaucheri. Nicholas forehand from the 10 line. Low bullet to the inside. Nicholas scoops it up. Robote, that rebound off the back wall played by Gaucheri. Taken on the forehand up. Nicholas, low and hard. Rotz is there. Robote, forehand by Gaucheri. Saved by Routier. He's outside. Back to the inside. Nicholas will make the scoop. Here's the backhand. What a save. Ball tipped at the side wall. A hard-fought point. Gaucheri and Rotz representing the Basque Country are on the board with a point. Gaucheri has the serve.
Well, you can see a couple of glimpses of it in that point, but you see Gaucheri kicking it into another gear here, finding himself in a 2-point hole early on in this match. He's so explosive, throws the ball so hard. He's got such a wide variety of shots. He always keeps the defense guessing. But so far early on, Stu, they haven't really thrown a whole lot, keeping the ball to the inside, throwing it hard. And against Nicholas, who can catch just about everything, not going to work out all too well.
Urrutia really picks this serve, blasts the Costalo back. Rotz makes a great save. Again by Urrutia. This is blasted back. Goes off the frame of Rotz's cesta. Powerfully thrown. That is 3 points. 3 points for Urrutia and Nicholas. Urrutia has the serve for France.
Yeah, Rotz goes down to the floor, makes a defensive play. Urrutia with the Costado throws it hard right back at his feet. That's exactly what you want to do. Keep putting pressure on an opponent, especially when they're getting up quickly.
Robote. Beautiful catch by Rotz. There's the backhand. Beautiful catch by Nicholas. Here's the backhand. Nicholas takes this on the bounce. Forehand from the 13 line. Nicholas again, this time from the 12. Right side to pass. Rotz is there. Beautiful catch by Nicholas at the side wall. Backhand stays to the inside. That's on the wall. Gaucheri makes the save. Keeps it inside. Nicholas is there. Rebote by Gaucheri. Big bounce brought down by Nicholas. Nicholas from the forehand. That ball is in and out of Nicholas's cesta. That's a second point for Gaucheri and Aratz of the Basque Country. Gaucheri serves.
And a frustrating miss for Nicholas. I mean, the way he catches the ball, he believes he could bring everything into the basket.
Here's the backhand. Caught by Gaucheri. Here's Nicholas on the backhand. Beautiful catch by Aratz, backhand to the inside. Mid-court placement stopped by Nicholas. Nicholas high and hard. Gaucheri picks it out of the air. Split placement thrown hard. Nicholas gets out there, makes the save. What a catch by Aratz. Aratz loses control of the ball in his cesta. That is a 4th point for Urrutia and Nicholas.
A mighty control issue here for Aratz. I mean, Gaucheri kind of whips it. It works out like a split placement, but how about Nicholas moving the entire way, makes a good save, and this ball's got some wonky spin, and you can tell, yeah, it's in the tip when Aratz is trying to make that throw, and it falls out.
Rebote left side by Urrutia. Aratz is there, backhand. Backhand now by Nicholas. Gaucheri from the 9, low and hard, caught high by Urrutia. Urrutia blasted low and hard, caught beautifully by Aratz. Urrutia again, big backhand. Rebote, the rebound from the back wall, played by Urrutia hard to the inside, kicking up, and Aratz is there. Gaucheri calls for the rebote. Nicholas advances, makes the low catch. Hard backhand follows Aratz from the 11 line. Urrutia keeps it inside. It's a beautiful pickup by Aratz. Rebote turned hard to the inside, caught on the forehand of Aratz. Urrutia from the 7. Hard to the inside again. Aratz turns, goes for the save.
Dug it out.
Urrutia at the 4 lines. What a catch by Gaucheri. Gaucheri turns a beautiful 2-wall, 2-score. Great catch, great throw. That's 3 points for Gaucheri and Aratz. Gaucheri serves.
Gaucheri has so many great attributes and so many tremendous skills that you simply forget how well he catches the ball. And at the end of the day, I mean, that's the biggest key here in this sport is Aratz, I think, just made his way off the court. Looks like he's going to have to tape up the basket a bit.
This is a quick equipment timeout, ladies and gentlemen.
But again,
just need to throw some tape on a basket.
I don't know how many guys on this roster can react that quickly and control the ball, make the catch, and then throw a 2-all after a score. Take another look here. This is the rebote save by Aratz, digs it out. And Urrutia goes with this straight outside Gaucheri. What a play. Urrutia is out of position, has to go around Gaucheri, and that's just too long of a run. You think back to that shot. Very well could have been 5-2 in favor of the French team. Now it's just a 1-point deficit for Gaucheri and Aratz, who are awfully dangerous playing from behind.
You really have to play Gaucheri and Aratz perfectly. I mean, you do. Nicholas has had 2 misses. Again, Urrutia looks spot on. Aratz has been great in the back.
And if you want to beat Gaucheri and Aratz, this first set is almost a requirement. You know, it's very rare that they lose 2 in a row. I mean, we saw what happened yesterday. They lost their first match, and then they rattled off, was 24 out of 25 points across their next 3 qualifying matches. So, look, these guys, when they get knocked down, they come right back up and play even harder, and that's what you love about them the most. We'll see what they do here with Gaucheri serving, down 3-4. First set of our first semifinal.
Beautiful serve by Gaucheri is handled well by Nicholas. Nicholas again, this time from the 11 line. Urrutia on the catch. Back to the inside, hard from the costado. Rotz makes the save. Here's Urrutia from the 7 line on the forehand. Low and hard. This one caught. Here's the backhand. Robote, low and inside. Nicholas advances. Here's the backhand. Cortado from the backcourt, and Rotz gets it. Here's the backhand. Ball goes off the tip of Gaucheri's cesta. Aggressive play gets Urrutia and Nicholas to 5 points and a possible set point.
See there, Gaucheri winding it up and just lost it as he went to make that throw. Never had full control. It's been mostly drop balls that have caused these points up on the board for the French. See if the Basque team could get back here. Possible set point.
Low bullet serve gets in. Catch and return by Nicholas. Gaucheri, beautiful catch. Costado to the outside. Nicholas is there. Rotz, powerful throw. Nicholas on the left side, back to the inside. Robote. Swing caught by Nicholas. Nicholas low and hard. The Cortado to the inside, stopped in the backcourt by Rotz.
Oh, is he going to get there?
He will not get there before the second bounce. Beautiful play by Gaucheri. 4 points for Gaucheri and Rotz. Still possible set point for Urrutia and Nicholas.
Yeah, if you throw the ball where your opponent is not, sometimes you don't need to throw it perfectly. And a good example here, Urrutia is out of position. Nicholas is hanging deep in the backcourt. And that's a drop shot taking its second bounce by about the 8 line, and it still scores. Shows you just how effective the fake was. It goes Gaucheri and Rotz, their 4th. Oh, what a pick.
Urrutia picks his serve, rifles this one back. What a scoop by Rotz. Urrutia back to the inside. Rotz alone with the Robote. Makes it high to pass. Nicholas follows it to the outside. Blasted from the forehand inside, and Rotz is there. A beautiful catch at the 13 line. Robote, little clip to the left side of Gaucheri. Gaucheri blasts it inside. What a catch by Nicholas. Here's the backhand. Urrutia goes to the floor, rifles the Costalo on the Robote. Here's Rotz. He's back up, makes the catch. Backhand. Robote kicking all the way out to the 4-line. Gaucheri winding up. Throwing it hard. What a scoop by Nicholas. The 2-all will land in perfect to score. What a shot to finish the set. Point and set to Urrutia and Nicholas. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out, play our next set.
What a way to close out the opening set. Urrutia Nicholas, 6-4. A little dangerous here. They kind of fed that Robote to Gaucheri. He throws it about as hard as he can. Look at the scoop by Nicholas, and then he says, you know what? I'll turn it into a 2-wall. Look at where this opens. Gaucheri, how about that effort? Caught the tip, was trying to flick it up, but not to be. 6-4, Urrutia Nicholas take the first set. That was after a perfect qualifying round for this French team. Urrutia and Nicholas going 5-0 in Group B, which was super competitive. You see Gaucheri and Rotz right there on your screen. Second place finishers in Group A. Only loss against Inaki and Manu. After that, they rattled off 4 relatively easy wins in a row. And a team that's won this tournament before, a team that's looking to get back to that top spot. And there's Urrutia. Such an exciting young prospect in Jai-Alai. Very explosive, great catcher in what will be now his second battle court season starting this Tuesday. Some high expectations for him and an opportunity to knock off Gaucheri and make a name for yourself here in this Fronton. Gaucheri's been one of the best players, I mean, if not the best player over the last 3-4 seasons here. People have, you know, they've beaten him one time or another, not rather consistently. But the French team has him on the ropes right here. We'll see how they respond. Gaucheri and Arats will have the serve here to begin set number 2. The team that loses the previous set begins the next set with control of the serve. With that, let's begin set 2.
Time to begin our second set. Gaucheri will have the serve.
Expect maybe some more aggressive play from Gaucheri. You get in these tournaments with a lot of prize money on the line. Players aren't that aggressive, but down a set, see him turn it up a bit.
Fault over serve. World Supercourt rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the forehand 7 line. Double fault. First point of the second set goes to Urrutia and Nicholas, representing France. Urrutia has the serve.
And Gaucheri's got such a powerful serve. He's been known to double fault a few times, but in a match of this magnitude, I can only imagine it had a little bit to do with the guy standing in the service box right there. Urrutia has been aggressive in picking some serves today.
Here's the backhand to the inside. Wall to wall. Robote coming out. Gaucheri to the inside. This one scooped up. Nicholas now from the 12 line. Robote. Scoop by Gaucheri. Here's the backhand. Robote coming out. Urrutia is on it. Sends it deep. Arats is there. Low runner to the inside. Urrutia is there again. Here's the backhand to the forehand of Arats. Nicholas powerfully from the 12 line. Robote for Gaucheri. Hard to the inside. Nicholas advances to take it in the air. Robote left side by Urrutia. Inside placement, read and stopped by Nicholas. Low runner. Gaucheri calls for it. Low Robote. Urrutia reaches in, makes a great snag. A hard backhand follows, feeds Gaucheri the Robote. Gaucheri sends it right up the middle. Big backhand by Arats. Robote coming out. Robote for the big bounce. Stopped in a beautiful catch by Arats.
That was a tough one.
Gaucheri has it in the air. Split placement off the tip of Nicholas's cesta. We're all tied up 1-1 here in the second set.
That's what you have to see more of if you're Gaucheri and Arats. They need some more variety. It came out in this second set, this Euskadi team throwing the ball harder, playing harder, throwing it harder, but not mixing it up. And that's not going to work against Nicholas and Urrutia, who catch just about everything. The speed doesn't affect these guys as much as shot placement. And you see that one split them up beautifully to get on the board.
Beautiful catch by Arats. There's the backhand. Nicholas now from the 12 line. Urrutia backhand from the 8 line. Powerful throws stopped by Arats. That ball clears the overhead screen. Rabote coming out to the 5 line. Turns sidearm. Scoop by Nicholas. Nicholas powerfully from the forehand. Arats advances. Low runner. Rabote not played. 2 points for Gaucheri and Arats, representing the Basque Country. Gaucheri serves.
An effective low runner on this court. And the reason, because it was so close to the side wall. Look at Urrutia kind of hesitate. He gets in there, but it's on the wall. He doesn't want it. Nicholas isn't expecting it to pass, and the Rabote is just not there. It's
We saw this yesterday. No Rabotes when it's coming in that low. Here's a backhand by Nicholas. Gaucheri from midcourt, backhand, powerfully thrown. Wall to wall and out to the Rabote. Urrutia keeps this inside. Arats is there. Big backhand by Arats. Rabote for Gaucheri on the forehand. Nicholas advances, backhand from the 10 line. Here's Gaucheri, backhand. Rotate forehand, up and away. That got away from Urrutia. 3 points for Gaucheri and Arats. Gaucheri has the serve.
And as this ball heats up a little bit, that should only play into the hand of this Euskadi team with Gaucheri and Arats. The faster the ball, I think the better Gaucheri plays. He's quick, he catches just about everything, and that's really not going to faze him.
Hard throw by Gaucheri, stopped on the forehand of Nicholas. What a catch by Urrutia. Cross court to make the play. Arats on the catch. Here's the backhand. Rabote. Arats from the 12 line. Backhand to the inside. Rabote for the left side of Urrutia. Turns it on the wall, and Arats makes a beautiful catch. Gaucheri has it. Costello, split placement, caught on the forehand of Nicholas. Nicholas powerfully from the forehand, crossing the wall. Arats makes the save. Urrutia scoops it. Inside placement stopped by Arats. Here's the backhand. Difficult Rabote, saved by Urrutia and caught by Arats. Rabote left side, back to the inside. Arats is there. Catch by Gaucheri. Powerful forehand, scooped up by Nicholas. Here's the backhand. Oh, Arats goes to the corner, makes a great catch. Gaucheri has it. Drop shot. Nicholas takes off. Got it. Did not get it before the second bounce. That's a 4th point for Gaucheri and Arats. Gaucheri makes the serve.
Well, the front inside part of the court has really been the only open space for either team, and Gaucheri just attacking it throughout this set. Look how deep Nicholas is. That's just a factor of the power of Gaucheri and how fast he can throw it. You don't want to be standing up there at the 9 line taking a ball coming 150 right at your head. But also you have to respect the fact that he can throw a 2-wall, and that's why Urrutia is out there.
And if he sees you creeping in to stop the drop shot, he'll throw it over your head.
So many options.
There's a backhand by Nicholas. Here's Arats. Nicholas on the backhand from the 11 line. Catch by Nicholas. Hard throw, crossing the wall. Arats makes the save with a light touch, keeping it in play. Here's Urrutia.
Oh,
Arats read that perfectly. Urrutia is there to make the catch. Below to the outside. Lands in and scores.
Quite a shot.
2 points for Urrutia and Nicholas. Gaucheri and Arats with 4. Urrutia, Nicholas serving for France.
Yeah, when Gaucheri and Arats get in rhythm, I don't mind throwing a shot like this. Just kind of going for broke. It's in, it's your point. If it's out, hey, we got a 3rd set coming up. Good way to get back into it quickly against this team. Or else you're going to have to engage in a long rally, work pretty hard, and you might not get rewarded for it.
Good hard serve by Urrutia. Rotz returns it. Here's Nicholas from the 11 line. Beautiful catch by Nicholas. That ball was on the wall the whole way. Rotz from the 12. Robote left side, little clip. Gaucheri has it. Back to the inside. Nicholas gets back there. Backhand from the 10 line. Robote left side, little clip. Caught by Gaucheri. Gaucheri from the Costado. Powerfully to the inside. Scooped by Nicholas. Rotz down low. Robote rifled wall to wall from the forehand of Gaucheri. Urrutia gets in there, sends it back. Rotz makes the catch. Robote left side. Gaucheri reaching behind him to make the grab. Scoop attempt is tipped in the front court. Third point for Urrutia, and Nicholas Urrutia has the serve.
Gaucheri trying to scoop that one up in the front court. Didn't know if Rotz was going to make a play. That was going to be a big bounce off the floor. Still, just a difficult scoop up there in the front court with a Rotz back behind you, who's been saving. Robote's making just about every catch he can. The French team right in this, though. Now down just a point.
There's the backhand by Rotz, wall to wall from the left side. Robote by Urrutia to the inside. Beautiful catch by Nicholas off a hard throw by Gaucheri. Here's Rotz. Catch by Nicholas. Nicholas will play it low to the inside, crossing the side wall, and Rotz is there. Rotz advances, makes the catch in the air. Low backhand, caught on the forehand of Nicholas. Nicholas over the top. Rotz at the 9 line. Urrutia somehow got back in there. A little confusion as to who was going to make that catch. Rotz comes up with it. Urrutia makes the catch. Juggling ruled on the catch of Urrutia. That's a fifth point for Gaucheri and Rotz.
Look, Urrutia might not like it, but the judge saw the same thing we did, and that was a white circle not making contact with the basket. You could totally see it from back here. It may not have been the easiest call for the front court judge, but that was the right call.
Possible set point.
And it's with that call in particular, very rare that the players agree, but when they do, you know it's right.
Fault under serve. Second serve coming up.
Oh. Wow, that's an ace.
That's an ace. Point and set to Gaucheri and Rotz. 2 minutes go up on the board. We'll come back out.
So 6-3, Gaucheri and Rotz able to close out that first set. It was a little Magic City bounce off the side wall there, but it looked like Nicholas and Urrutia both kind of stopped and can't challenge it. Yeah, there was some question is, can you challenge today? Yes, there is replay review, but remember in Battle Court, only the boundary line can be challenged, and that is the same with today. Again, that was a serve question, so not challengeable. 6-3, though. We expected that comeback by Gaucheri and Rotz, and Boy, did they deliver. There's a look at that. There's a look at the juggle there. Breaks the plane of the basket. It doesn't make contact. And it was right on the tip, too, which made it a little more obvious for the back judge. Again, that's just a replay. The look of it wasn't the most egregious bobble, but certainly by the letter of the law. The ball must maintain contact with the basket, the base of the basket, and you can clearly see that ball popped out for a moment or two. So, third set coming up here. Gaucheri and Arats. Look to get back into that championship. Started to open it up a little bit more, but still some unforced errors by the French team in that second set. I'll say, I don't think the first set was that well played by Gaucheri and Arats, and then set two, a few more mistakes by the French team. So we'll see here, one set up to 6 to decide who's moving on to the championship. With an incredibly fast ball. Incredible players. Let's see if they deliver here in our third set. Just about ready to begin.
We're ready to begin our third and final set to determine this semifinal. Urrutia and Nicholas have the serve for France. Here's the catch and the return by Arats. Rebote by Gaucheri.
Oh, trouble.
That lands in and scores. First point goes on the board for the Euskadi team. Gaucheri and Arats. Gaucheri serve.
Tough one to defend. I mean, Gaucheri throws it. I don't know if he's intending to clip the sidewall, but Nicholas is inside. Urrutia, that ball's well over his head, and there's just no chance to react if you're the backcourt. You can't defend the entire width, and that's kind of why you see that look from Nicholas, like, ugh, what am I going to do there?
There's a backhand by Nicholas to the inside, low and hard, and Arats with quite a catch deep in the backcourt. Nicholas is there, backhand. Arats again. Big backhand by Nicholas. Rebote for Gaucheri. Nicholas picks it up on the bounce, forehand. Gaucheri attacks, lets it pass. Arats saves the rebote. Catch by Urrutia, face full of Gaucheri. Scoop on the forehand of Arats. Rebote to the inside. What a catch by Arats on the right side. Urrutia picks it up on the bounce. Hard costado. Catch by Arats. Here's the backhand. Rebote, left side with a bounce. Nicholas has it at the 12 line, over the top. Gaucheri attacks, Arats is there. Scoop by Nicholas. Backhand to the forehand of Arats. Nicholas up high, here's the forehand on the return. Rebote for Urrutia on the costado to the inside. It kicks and Arats makes another fine catch. Powerful backhand caught by Gaucheri. Rebote is up. Forehand rebote by Urrutia, caught by Arats. Split placement. Arats gets there, makes the scoop.
Stop.
Crossing the wall, and Nicholas with the grab at the 12 line. High and hard rebote out to Gaucheri. Gaucheri with the split placement stopped on the forehand of Nicholas. Nicholas to pass the front quarter. Rebote coming out. Rebote by Gaucheri, mid-court, stopped by Nicholas. Rebote forehand. Gaucheri eats it up, grabs it. Drop shot to the inside. Nicholas takes off, will not get there. Second point for Gaucheri and Arats. Gaucheri serves.
At this level, all it takes is one missed throw or one throw. You quite place it where you want to. Gaucheri gets it here on the costado, a couple feet off the wall. See how Arrutia takes off to defend the outside, because Gaucheri's got such variety of shots, so explosive and so powerful, and Nicholas is hanging deep in the back, expecting it to come back to him at 1,000 miles per hour. What more can you do? Can't defend the entire length and width. Just a smart shot by the opponent.
Pace of play by both teams has just been really, really fast today.
This ball is on fire.
So are they.
Yeah.
Big backhand by Nicholas. Arats makes the catch. Arrutia at the 9 line. Low runner to the inside, and Nicholas grabs it down low. Beautiful catch by Arats off the wall. Robote. Gaucheri looking for the Robote, makes the save on the left side. Nicholas takes it on the bounce. Hard throw. Gaucheri looking for the Robote again. Nicholas, good read, goes to the inside. Hard throw, big bounce, cut off by Gaucheri. Powerful Costalo, scooped on the forehand of Nicholas. Nicholas blasts it back, caught down low by Gaucheri. Cortada attempt by Gaucheri is in the pad. That's a point for Arrutia and Nicholas. Arrutia serves.
And you might be able to take a chance like that up 2-0. Gaucheri wanted that Cortada badly, and so badly threw it low in the pad.
Absolutely. Saw Arrutia take slight issue with the fact of whether or not that constituted holding or not. Holding is in the eyes of the beholder and the judges.
See what you did there.
Yeah, exactly. What a catch off a great serve by Arrutia. Arats on the backhand. Arats down from the 11 line. Nicholas from the 11. Robote left side to the inside. Powerful backhand stopped by Arats at the 13 line. Here's Nicholas, backhand from the 12. Robote to the inside, Gaucheri's on it. Hard throw, stopped by Nicholas. Robote left side, low and hard. Interference ruled, the point will be replayed. So in that case, yeah, we have seen other crosses. It really depends upon whether or not the cross isn't a good idea to begin with, but if the cross does constitute a play where the player can't see, there's cross-hand contact. He actually touched the cesta. So theoretically, no, that's totally interference. Gaucheri could not have gotten his cesta up to catch the ball.
And he didn't make one motion towards the ball at all.
Definitely interference.
So that's a smart play.
Power serve by Arrutia is in. Beautiful catch by Arats. There's the backhand. Robote. Robote forehand. That clears the overhead screen. Robote coming out straight. Gaucheri puts it inside. Catch by Nicholas back at the 12 line. Arats moves up, makes the catch. There's the backhand. Arrutia on the catch, winding up. Gaucheri now from the 8 line, powerful backhand, wall to wall from the left side. Arrutia is there. Arats in the air, makes the catch on the left side. Robote for Gaucheri at the wall, he makes the save. Arrutia is on it. Powerful, powerful throw. Robote coming in low. Arats goes for the save. Catch by Arrutia at the 3 line. The powerful throw will score. We're all tied up 2-2. Arrutia serves.
Heck of an effort by Arats moving up on that ball. Great save on this Robote. But Arrutia takes it in the air, keeps the pressure on, and just fires it low and hard above the pad. Yeah, Just juggled it a little bit. Yeah. Two in this third set, back and forth. What a way to start the day.
Fault, underserve. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Good second serve by Urrutia. Here's the catch and return. Down low. Scoop by Nicholas. Robote. Here's the backhand by Rotz. Gaucheri from the 8 line. Costado to the inside. Nicholas advances, takes it in the air. Powerful throw by Nicholas. Here's the catch and the return by Rotz. Gaucheri from the 9 line. Powerful backhand. Forehand of Nicholas. Nicholas, right side, right up the middle. Rotz with a hop makes the catch. Gaucheri for the split placement. Nicholas read this one, stops it.
Yeah, again.
The call came late, but the juggling call is called. 3 points for Gaucheri, and Rotz. Gaucheri serves.
Yeah, players don't like the fact that the opponents are putting their hands up, but what I say, if it's a juggle, it's a juggle, and that was a juggle.
That's what counts.
Right.
When it comes to talking to each other on the court, that's up to them.
That's a juggle. And, you know, if the front judge had the better view of it, he called it. Even though he's 100 feet away, the back judge has no view of that catch, really. So it's the right call. I get it. You don't like them putting it up, and you don't like being caught with your hand in the cookie jar, but it's the right call, and we'll play on.
Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Powerfully thrown. Rotz is there. Rotate forehand. Catch by Nicholas. Rotate save by Gaucheri. Catch by Urrutia. 2-all by Urrutia is out. Four points here in our third and final set for Gaucheri and Rotz representing the Basque Country. Gaucheri has the serve.
It seemed like he forced that one a little bit. We've engaged in such long rallies, and he hasn't thrown a shot. This one was early. And
He's pissed off, and he threw it hard.
Right, and then I was going to say, I mean, look how far wide that went,
He's landed
too.
those beautifully, you know, before, and that one just went out.
Yeah. But just surprised. I mean, it was early in the point, too, trying to get one back, but again, comes down to execution just a little wide. 2-point lead for Gaucheri and Rotz.
Nicholas on the backhand, hard to the inside. Gaucheri with a mighty leap makes the catch. Robote by Urrutia, powerfully thrown. Rotz goes to make the save. He does. Here's Urrutia from the 7. Blasts it back. Rotz makes the save.
Oh, you gotta keep moving.
That did not touch the pad.
Boy.
That is an excellent save by Rotz.
Oh, man.
That is 5 points and possible match point, possible semifinal point for Gaucheri and Rotz.
Just got caught ball watching here, and that's just something you can't look at. He stops. He says there's no way it's going to hit, and then it does, and you can't
You're
pick
absolutely
back
right.
up.
You got to keep moving.
He's looking, but Nicholas turns away. Moving. He heard the same sound we did. That was good.
Urrutia picks the serve, blasts it inside, and Rotz is there. Here's the backhand. Nicholas on the catch. Backhand. What a catch by Rotz on the wall. Backhand by Rats. Right to the corner by Nicholas Rabote, left side of Gaucheri. In and out of the cesta it goes. Point set and a hard-fought match for Gaucheri and Rats of Euskadi, winning the first semifinal and advancing to the final of World Supercourt 2025.
So first, team advancing to the championship, Gaucheri and Rats. Congratulations to Team Euskadi. Moving on to the finals. We'll find out their opponents here in just a few moments. The American matchup between Inaki Manu and Zuleika and Ubia. There's Gaucheri victorious. Moving on to the finals. There's a look at the bracket here. Gaucheri and Rats moving on, facing the winner of our next match, Inaki and Manu, undefeated in that Group A qualifying. They won a perfect 5-0. Their opponents, Zuleika and Ubia, well, they had an interesting path here into the semifinal. They needed Douglas and Benny to lose their final match to Benetrix and LeBlanc, and that's exactly what happened. So Zuleika and Ubia at 3-2 in the qualifying round across their 5 matches get their shot at Inaki and Manu. That's coming up here in just about a minute and a half. "30 seconds away here from the start. Inaki and Manu taking on Zuleika and Ubia. 2 battle court teams facing off here, both number 1s for their respective teams. Inaki and Manu, of course, representing the Cyclones, Zuleika and Ubia representing the Chargers. Don't forget about that battle court season beginning this Tuesday, 5 p.m. Second semifinal, let's begin. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin our second semifinal of the World Supercourt. Representing the United States, we have the team of Inaki and Manu. And representing the United States, we have Zuleika and Ubia. There's a serve by Inaki. We begin. Ubia, high and hard from the left side. Passing early. There's the Rabote. Played back up the middle. Now Ubia from the left side. The outside, low runner, scoop by Manu. Ubia backing up on the right side. Over the top, Inaki looking to cut it off. He does. Takes it right off the sidewall. Low runner. Now Zuleika. Backhand to the inside, pulled right off the sidewall. Ubia sends it deep. Past Manu. Here's the Rabote. Inaki, a little too high. It's up in the overhead screen and on to play. Zuleika and Ubia on the board first. Manu blasts the backhand, open things up again. Robote forehand, turned by Zulaika, caught off the sidewall. Here's Manu. Sends it back, now Ubia. Ubia up at the 11 line. Hard throw, Manu steps up, makes the play. What a catch by Manu there, deep in the backcourt beyond the 13. Ubia, nice play of his own up at the 11. Inaki goes down to save the rebote. Zulaika, there's a Costado. High to the inside, it's a big bounce. Manu, high scoop along the wall. Ubia pulled the cesta out late, but Zulaika able to save the rebote on the back end. Manu reaching up in front of him. Forehand, crossing the wall, picked off by Zulaika. He goes deep again. Rebote left side to the inside. Ubia comes charging in, delivers the low runner, scooped up again by Manu. Ubia rifles this backhand, hits high off the back wall. Inaki with the save. Ubia steps away. Zulaika saves the rebote. Ubia from the 11, backhand. Into the corner again, Inaki on a knee, saves this one. Zulaika with a chance, two wall, thrown to score. 2-0 lead. Well, those shots were really working for Zulaika yesterday. And mixing it up beautifully too. I mean, never threw the same shot twice in a row. If he can do that here against Inaki and Manu, he's gonna put a little pressure on them to throw some shots of their own. Inaki and Manu have been very consistent, really try to outcatch their opponents, but he's capable up in the front, no doubt. Good catch low on the left side by Ubia, and he sends it deep. Rebote, long rebote, played up at the 5 line, turned inside, Ubia's there. Manu stays with it, forehand from the 10, low and hard, crossing the wall, now Ubia. Big backhand there, Manu stops it up overhead. That one riding the side wall. Beautiful catch by Ubia. Goes deep again. Manu looking for Inaki. He saves the rebote. Ball tipped. Like a ranging back four. That's going to get Inaki Manu on the board. Their first point.
He's like a reaching back. Always difficult when the ball's not in front of you. You want to try to catch that ball in front of you on both sides, left side and right side. In that case, overhead, tough play.
There's a nice backhand by Ubia. Catch right off the sidewall by Manu. Forehand rebote. Zulaika turns it inside. Catch by Manu again. Ubia from the 11. Powerfully to the inside. Caught off the sidewall again by Manu. Backhand. Trying to drop it between him, and Ubia steps up, takes it in the air. Zulaika floats it up past both Americans. Inaki lining up the rebote, kicks it off the sidewall right to his Costado. It's on the wall, but picked off by Manu. Zulaika forehand rebote just does clear the screen. Manu handles overhead, backhand along the wall. Ubia takes it right off. This one dropping. Manu just did get there, sends it back. On the wall, it's tipped. 2-2 now, tied up.
Powerful backhand to the inside, stayed along the wall the whole way. Ubia's catching's been better in 2025 than we've seen really ever in his experience here at Magic City. But that one just crossing the wall. Staying along the sidewall the whole way. Too tough to catch.
Ubia gives that low runner from the outside. Manu ducks. Inaki comes all the way back to save the rebote. Zulaika didn't want it. Lets it pass to the backcourt. Ubia sends it deep. Robote forehand, kicking off the sidewall. Zuleika goes up for this one. Backhand, it's low. Scooped up by Manu. Manu keeps this one on the left side. Backhand, that's perfectly placed. Dropping in the corner. Zuleika digs out the rebote. Manu runs under it. Backhand blasted again. Zuleika takes off. Up at the 6 line. Beautiful rebote, wall to wall. Low backhand, Manu takes this one up at the 11, sends it back inside. Here's Ubia.
Beautiful
Manu
catch.
reaching back into the corner, makes the grab, floats it on the wall. Ubia again up at the 10 this time, a little further up, and it's got by Manu. Lower to the inside, picked up on the bounce. Manu sends it back, right on the wall. Ubia takes it off. Ubia calls the play the rebote. Inaki gets in, scoops it up, plays it right back to him. Ubia in position. Forehand rebote cut off there by Zuleika along the inside. Backhand, here's Manu. Ubia from the 12 line. Keeps it inside, drops between them. Oh, Inaki sweeps it up off the floor. It's a good save. It's floating up. And Ubia charges in from the backcourt. Zuleika on the forehand, whips it inside. That's going to be a tough one. Manu likes to play the rebote. He makes a save. Zuleika again, same height, coming in. Manu tip ball that time. Well played. Zuleika and Ubia with 3.
Doesn't miss many, but that one crossed the sidewall beautifully. See Zuleika take it here on the forehand, rifles it to the inside. That's what we talk about, crossing the sidewall. Right where he's standing. So hard to make that catch.
Powerful serve, crossing. Oh, ran out of space there, but Manu somehow makes that catch. Here's the backhand from Ubia. Oh, bullet inside. Inaki is there to cut it off. He sends it deep in the corner. Ubia pulls it off. That backhand, though, just did clear. Ubia keeps this one lower. Inaki on the forehand makes the catch, whips it inside. High scoop made by Ubia. Backhand comes in low. Manu crouching down makes the play. Manu from the back wall, plays it up at the 11 line. There's Ubia, low runner. Inaki steps in front of this one. Manu to the inside, catch by Ubia. Backhand, this one pass. Zuleika going for it, tip ball. It's 3-3. Inaki serves.
Let's look next.
Ubia from the outside, low runner. Scoop by Manu. That one's right on the wall. Zuleika flicks it up to the outside. Inaki with a chance. Karam scores.
Off the tip.
Yeah, got there, just couldn't make the catch. That's 4 points and a lead for Inaki and Manu. Via high and hard. Robote comes shooting off the back wall. Inaki turns it. Be again, even lower this time. A nice Robote save by Inaki. Big bounce, good scoop. Hard backhand follows. It's coming way out. Inaki all the way up at the 4 line. Turns it powerfully inside. Cut off by Zulaika. Backhand. Right to Manu. He sends it deep. Zulaika. Nice Robote there. Right to the left side of Manu, though. Tough catch. Ubia rips it off the sidewall. Backhand. Here's Manu. Up at the 11. Sends it high and deep. Long Robote coming out. Turned to the outside by Zulaika. Right time to throw it. That worked perfectly. 4-4 is the score. Zulaika serves.
Beautifully done. Sorry, make that beautifully done by Zulaika. Outside placement just scores beautifully off of this forehand Robote. Zulaika lines it up, sees them both standing there. Outside placement. Perfectly executed.
Great catch off a tough serve. Manu plays it inside. Now Ubia. From the 11, sends it deep. Long Robote coming out. Inaki turns it inside. Ubia standing in, makes the catch. Lower backhand. Manu rips it right off the wall. Places it there. And Ubia crouching down, makes the play. Robote forehand there by Zulaika. Drops between them, but Manu reaches up. Not going to let that ball come out. Zulaika now from the 9. Big backhand. High into the corner. Inaki stays with it. Robote inside. Zulaika pulled the cesta out late. Ubia made the catch. Low hard throw by Ubia. That comes shooting off the back wall. Dug out by Inaki. Ubia up at the 10 line. High and hard. It's coming out a long way. Inaki stays with it. Turns it back over the top. Ubia's there again. Scoop by Manu. Backhand. It's right on the wall. Ubia didn't want it. Zulaika has to save it on the back end. Now Manu steps up. Low bullet again. One-handed scoop. Ubia's got it. Backhand clears. Robote coming out again. Inaki up at the 5. Inside. Here's Ubia. Low runner. Oh, came up on Inaki quick. Good reflex. He made the catch. Brian Robote hooked off the corner. Manu from the outside. Back inside. Tough one for Ubia. He turns it. Inaki goes up for it. Makes the catch. Cortada scooped up by Ubia. Great point here. Now Manu. Good catch back at the 11. Back inside for Ubia. One drop in between them again. Inaki saves the Robote. Zulaika thought about it. Lets it pass. Ubia now from the back. Low runner just above the pad. Scooped up by Manu again. He sends it deep. Zulaika able to pass. Now Inaki. Forehand Robote over the top. Ubia running out there. Kind of overran it. Has to make a diving save. He's got to get up. Manu takes a second. Safely gets it off. And Ubia makes the catch back inside. Forehand Robote got away from Inaki. That brings Zulaika and Ubia to 5 points and a possible set point.
Volley, volley, volley. That one got away, hit the overhead screen, which is out of play. Once again, you're watching the semifinals for the World Supercourt 2025 Doubles Championship here in Magic City Highlight Fronton in Miami, Florida.
Hard serve missed. Point and set. Zulaika and Ubia win it 6-4. 2 minutes. We'll come back and play set 2. Kind of tight the whole way through. Zulaika and Ubia led most of the way. Inaki and Manu took a lead there at the midway point, but it's a pink shirt. Zulaika and Ubia in the end winning that first set 6-4. You see Zulaika up on screen there. Not throwing a whole lot of shots in that opening set, which is a big reason why this team advanced all the way to the finals. Here's a look at that. Yeah, look at Ubia. Oh no, he realizes he's kind of in the way, but Manu makes the catch. He gets it off, puts it right on the wall. You might recognize that fellow there in the darker colored shirt. Not sure exactly what color that is. That is Julian, member of the Warriors and younger brother of Inaki. No better person to talk to Inaki than his younger brother there between sets. We'll be seeing Julian sometime next week when we begin that battle court season. We'll see what Inaki and Manu can do to get back into this match. You know, those Zulaika and Ubia, you see them right there. They played together last season in battle court. It was Inaki and Manu who actually had the best record in Division I doubles, led by Inaki up there in the front. He didn't throw a ton of shots. His numbers weren't staggering and up at the top in terms of shots thrown and scoring shots per match, but his kill rate was one of the highest of anybody, meaning that when he did throw shots, more often than not, they did score. And the way that Ubia is catching back there to begin this 2025 fall season, you may have to start throwing a couple more shots. This team not giving you much. We'll see what Inaki and Manu can do here to begin set 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin our second set. Inaki and Manu serve. Served by Inaki, set 2 is underway. Low bullet to the inside. Manu ducks. Inaki comes all the way back to make the save. Drop shot by Zulaika. That's a good one. Just out of reach. First point to Zulaika and Ubia here in our second set.
Zulaika grabs this, drops it inside beautifully. Inaki's so close. Ball takes its second bounce just past the 4 line. What a catch.
Manu's got this serve. Tough play. Sends it back inside. Now Ubia. Up in the overhead screen and out of play. That's going to tie things up 1-1.
6 points.
Runner inside. That's dropping. Dug out by Inaki. That's a great play. Zulaika, though, 2-wall. Oh, not opening enough. Inaki gets it. Garambola. Oh, my. What a catch by Ubia there. Great control. Now Manu saves the rebote. It's got a big bounce. Ubia scoops it up again. He plays it deep. Long rebote. Inaki waits for it. Turns it outside. Not enough. Zulaika has a carom. It's in and scores. 2-1 lead for Zulaika and Ubia.
I think Inaki went for.
No, he went for the outside,
Yeah, but just did not go outside enough. Gets trapped inside, 2-all scores.
What a catch there by Manu. That crossed up high. He made the play. Now Ubia, same spot, sends it deep. Was blasted shooting off the back wall. Turn right back to Zulaika. He gets it off quick. Ubia, low bullet inside. It's dropping. It's missed. 3-1 lead now for Team USA, Zulaika and Ubia.
Tell you, I've been really impressed with Ubia throughout. Ubia. I threw a Z in there.
You're entitled to it.
Been really impressed with his play throughout.
Under serve, first fault, second serve coming up.
Catching's been solid. Court positioning's been much better.
Well, if he can catch this consistency, I mean, he's probably above his rank in battle court. I mean, he's a 3, but he's got so much power.
Yeah.
Makes life very difficult for the opposition. It's not the easiest guy to play against in the world either. Here's Manu from the outside, delivers that low backhand. Ubia letting that come out, and Zulaika makes the save. Inaki, forehand. Low and hard to the inside, backing up. Ubia with a great catch. Ubia there at the 12, powerful throw, it's dropping. Manu steps away, Inaki saves the rebote. Forehand, that one dropping. Manu backed up to the glass, makes the catch. Line inside, now Zulaika. What a big backhand that is. High wafting, it's on the wall. Inaki saves it. Not past Ubia though, that's a great catch to keep in front of him. Ubia now at the 11, low bowl inside, right to Inaki. Backhand. Rebote saved by Inaki. Back up the middle. Here's Ubia. That's a little too low. Into the pad. The pad is bad. 2 points for Inaki Manu.
Typically, there's just no excuse and no way of explaining that other than a broken cesta. But here, low and inside placement, especially powerfully thrown, will score for you. But when you start flirting with a backhand in that lower pad, it just gets ugly real quick.
Tough catch there by Manu along the inside, plays it back. You letting it pass. Rebote, launched by Zulaika. All the way up to the 5 line. Inaki turns it back over the top. Zulaika gets in there. Catch overhead by Manu from the 13 to the inside. Right overhead by Ubia. Inaki cuts it off, shoots the costado inside, along the wall, picked up on the bounce. Here's Ubia. Manu, great catch at the 13 line, back along the wall. Ubia again pulls it in, sends it back. Manu waiting right there, same spot, deep in the corner. Catch there by Ubia, backhand, high and hard to the inside. Manu, what a grab there, back in the corner. Tough catch there by Ubia along the wall. Ubia now from the 12 line, hard to the inside, picked up by Manu, backhand. Rebote forehand, turned over the top. Manu getting out there, he saves it again. Right to Zulaika though, costado, it's a splitter. Manu took off early, he read it. Carom by Manu. Ubia got there on the outside, his forehand will score. A great point going to Zulaika and Ubia, 4-2 lead in this second set.
Zulaika had the inside covered here. Knew that he couldn't get to the outside. He was trapped. Ubia, good read, gets out there. Good read, good catch, beautiful return.
Hard serve, scores. That's 5 points. Possible set, possible match point here for Zulaika and Ubia.
Zulaika's been spot on, backed up beautifully by Ubia. Inaki and Manu just not been able to get anything dominant going. Defensive game hasn't been bad at all, just.
Great catch inside by Manu. Backhand. Ubia sends it deep. Now Manu from the 12 line. Plays it along the wall. Ubia picks it up. Softer touch, trying to get it to drop. Manu ducks out of the way. Inaki has to save the rebote. Picked up by Ubia. Takes a look. Backhand inside. Tough scoop. Inaki calls him off. He saves the rebote. Zulaika with a chance. 2-all. Stopped by Inaki outside. Carambola picked off by Ubia. What a catch. Manu stuck in the inside. Plays it to pass. No chance for Ubia, but Zulaika gets in there, makes the save. Manu, great control overhead. Forehand with a bounce. Ubia takes off early, gets out for the rebote. He saves it. Right to Inaki's costado. The drop shot scores. Still going here. 3 points for Inaki and Manu.
Inaki finally got something going in terms of offense. That ball was thrown exactly where his two opponents were not. Still possible. Match point here for Jai-Alai and Abia representing the United States.
Abia takes a serve. Up the middle, sends it inside. Manu just did get out of the way. Inaki's rebote, caught by Jai-Alai. Inside placement, caught in the air by Manu. Manu now from the 11, plays it back, catch by Abia there in the corner. Rebote forehand, turned over the top, cut off by Jai-Alai. Inside placement, tough one, it's tipped. Point, set, and match. Jai-Alai and Abia win it. They move on to the championship to take on Gosheri and Arats. So our final is now set. Jai-Alai and Abia moving on to face Gosheri and Arats. So now we will give the World Supercourt participants, the finalists, a chance to rest. And in the meantime, we'll play the championship rounds of the U.S. National Highlight Championship singles and doubles tournaments, too.
Time to move back to 2 days ago. Great win there by Jai-Alai stepping off the court. And now the semifinals for the doubles. The U.S. National Highlight Championship. Our finals are set for World Supercourt after we complete the amateur division. Semifinals and finals for, well, semifinals, doubles. We have 2 doubles games coming up here. These are just played to 6 points. Again, this is the amateur division from the U.S. National Highlight Championship. Ah, we even got a graphic. You see the graphic? That's a beautiful graphic.
I missed it, Stu.
Well, because we announced so many games yesterday that it all kind of blends in.
There's a look at our doubles bracket. Last year's champions, Rastok and Petro, still going here. They'll take on Machina 43 and Lhasa coming up next. And then Toto and Gravedigger will take on Goya and Beach in our other semifinal. Just about a minute and a half away.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, up next, moving back to the amateur tournament, began on a Friday. U.S. National Highlight Championship Masters Division. This is the semifinal, played to 6 points. Lhasa and Machina going up against Rastok and Petro. In just about half a minute here, and Lhasa will have the serve. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin the Masters Division for semifinals, USNJAC, the U.S. National Highlight Championship. Lhasa And Machina will serve to Rostock and Petro. Amateur division, 1 serve allowed, 6 points. Lassa serves. We begin with an underserve. That is a loss of point. First point goes to Rostock and Petro. Here's the backhand by Machina. Scoop attempt is tipped in the backcourt. That is a point for Lassa and Machina. We're tied up at 1-1 once again, playing to 6. Petro on the backhand. Machina is there. Here's the backhand, a low runner. Picked up by Petro. Machina from the 10 line. Rebote forehand by Rostock. Taken on the bounce by Machina. Ball tipped in the backcourt. That is a second point for Lassa and Machina. Lassa serves. Lassa on the backhand. Petro, forehand, down low. Machina moves in, makes the catch. Here's the backhand. Wall to wall from the left side. Rostock's there. Machina takes it on the bounce at the 8. Scoop by Petro. Here's the backhand. Scoop by Petro. There's the backhand. Lassa on the backhand. Rebote forehand. That's a save. That's clean. Lassa's got it. Forehand. Straight back. That rebote is missed in the backcourt. That is a third point for Lassa and Machina. Lassa has a serve. Machina on the backhand from the 8 line. Petro from the 11. Rebote left side. There's the catch, almost, by Machina. Ball tipped at the 7 line. That's a point for Rostock and Petro. Machina on the backhand, caught in the air by Rostock. Petro with a fine catch, did not hold on there back at the 12 line. That's a point for Lassa and Machina. Petro on the backhand to the inside. Machina from the 8 line. Lassa has it midcourt, backhand from the 7. Petro from the 12 line, back to the inside. Here's Lassa. He takes it in the air. The big bounce brought down by Machina. Petro from the 11. Petro now from the 11 again. Machina calls for it. Backhand from the 8. Hard to the inside, and Petro is there. Ball tipped in the front court. That's a third point for Rostock. And Petro, Rostock serves. Low runner to the inside, scooped up by Petro. Lassa, backhand from the 6. It passes. Rebote left side, saved by Rostock. Lassa moves in. Ball missed in the front court. We're all tied up, 4-4, playing to 6 in this semifinal. Rostock has the serve. Beautiful catch by Rostock at the side wall. That backhand to the outside. Well timed, well played, and scoring. That's 5 points for Rostock and Petro. This is possible match point, possible semifinal point.
Well, able to dig themselves out of an early hole. And how about this shot from Rostock? Tricky, straight to the outside with the backhand. No one close to it. That's well done.
Machina on the backhand. Scoop by Rostock. Scoop by Machina. Petro on the catch. Here's the backhand. Machina to the inside. Backhand down low. Scoop is missed.
All right.
That gets us to 5-5. This is match point. The winner of this point advances to the finals.
Trip to the finals on the line with this point right here.
Here's a backhand by Machina to the inside. Petro, difficult catch at the 11. Lost on the catch. Here's the backhand, powerfully thrown. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand down low. Machina is there. Scoop by Petro, a fine catch. There's the return. Lassa from the left side, backhand to the forehand of Petro. Petro with the cortada.
Oh,
that's a
in.
clean return by Machina. Floating and scoring for the win. The floater gets him. Point and match to Lhasa and Machina, who advance to the finals for the 2025 USNJAC Amateur Tournament. And up next, Toto and Gravedigger go up against Goya and Beach.
What a way to end it right there. Machina with the flick up there, and that was a floater right on the sidewall. We see that in Battle Court all the time, how difficult those are to catch, and just missed right there. Lhasa and Machina moving on to the final. We'll see who their opponent is coming up in just a few minutes. Toto and Gravedigger take on Goya and Beach.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a full day of Jai-Alai championships, both professional and amateur. We began the day at 12 p.m. with World Supercourt 2025. And now, had our first game of the USNJAC, the U.S. National Jai-Alai Championships, the amateur division for this weekend's tournament. These are the semifinals. There you see the bracket of how we wound up here. You see Toto and Gravedigger will be taking on Beach and Goya. Or it's really Goya and Beach because Goya's in the front. Got about a minute to go before we begin that. We will play this.
U.S. National Championship semifinal doubles coming up next. Our other semifinal featuring Toto Gravedigger against Goya and Beach. Goya and Beach defeating Tom and D-Man, then Brody and Ant to get to this point in the semifinals. Toto and Gravedigger played an extra round, defeated Gallo and Chick the first round, then Dos Equis and Quadrado, and then a tough match defeating Rule and TB Matt in the quarters to get to this spot right here. Playing to 6, winner will take on Lhasa and Machina in the finals. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin our second semifinal, the Masters Division Doubles Tournament. Toto and Gravedigger will take on Goya and Beach. Toto and Gravedigger serve. There's a serve, we begin. Matt picks the serve, drop shot. That'll score. Well played first point, Goya and Beach on the board. Rebote left side to the inside, laid up. It's a catch by Gravedigger. Sends it along the wall. Beach, miss ball. We're tied up 1-1. Missed off the serve. That is an ace. Toto and Gravedigger with 2. All missed off the serve. That's 3-1. Back to the inside. Good catch there by Toto. Floats it up. Goya staying with it. Saves the rebote. Big bounce. Gravedigger from the backcourt. 11 line. Floats it up. Big bounce. Tough catch there made by Beach. Big backhand passing again. Here's the rebote coming out. Goya left side save. Gravedigger charging down. Makes the catch. Tough rebote miss there. That's 4-1. Gravedigger looking for that rebote. Turns it up above his head. That's a good play. To the outside, it's missed. 5 points. Possible match point here for Toto and Gravedigger. Each with a nice backhand up the middle. Gravedigger, forehand. Kicks off the sidewall. That one dropped. Point and match. Toto and Gravedigger. They're moving on to the finals. They'll take on Lhasa and Machina.
I was doing some computer work. Did I miss anything?
Oh, 6-1 victory.
Okay.
For Toto and Gravedigger still.
Well done.
Congratulations. They're moving on to the final. So now we will go over to the Masters division for singles. We're all the way to the championship already, and that will feature Tevin and Super Jules. You see the bracket up there right now.
Be well.
You see,
Thank you very much, sir. Take care.
you see Tevin's path to get here, defeating Alex, Mickey Mo, Machina, and then Rastak. Not an easy path there. And Super Jules, tough one as well, defeating King, then Magic Mike, then Gravedigger and Ari in the semis to get to this spot.
Matt didn't say goodbye to me. I'm devastated. Someone bring me a tissue. Seriously. Adam, bring a tissue from television.
He knows. We discussed it. He knows. No, well, this is a little different. This is a little different. If he loses this, it is more.
A lot of highlight experience out there on the court between these two players. And Super Jules over the last couple of tournaments has made a name for himself.
No question, playing better and better every year.
He's looked great in doubles. Singles play, I don't know if we've seen a lot of him. I'm going to check here. Yeah, I mean, he made the round of 16 in 2024. This year going all the way to the finals. But I think those may be the only 2 years that we've seen him play in singles. So really getting his first opportunity in the championship here. And Tevin, I'm sure, eager to get back out there after losing in the finals last year. It was a tough loss against Gravedigger. You know Tevin, a long career here in the sport. Just a tremendous player, great guy. We'll see what he's got out there in this performance here in the championship. Tevin versus Super Jules, about ready to begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to begin the final for the U.S. National Highlight Championship 2025 Singles Championship. Serving, you know him as Tevin. Receiving in the blue shirt, having come all the way after many matches, Super Jules. Once again, this is played to 6 points. Tevin serves, we begin. Super Jules on the backhand, passes. Rebote left side to the inside. Super Jules is there. Tevin on the rebote, right up the middle. Caught by Super Jules. Rebote to the inside. Super Jules got assessed on it, not able to bring it in. First point of the singles final goes to Tevin. Beautiful catch by Super Jules off a good serve by Tevin. Here's Tevin on the rebote. It's a 2-all, but it hit the pad. Super Jules gets the point and the serve.
Yeah, he
tied up 1-1.
No, he went for it, Stu. Shot off the rebote. If it's in, it scores, but just a little bit low into that pad.
Here's the backhand. Caught by Super Jules. Interference ruled. The point will be replayed. Players got their legs caught up there. Still 1-1. Super Jules will serve.
See there, a little contact, incidental, of course. And we'll replay the point.
Here's the backhand by Tevin. Super Jules for the rebote. Tevin up front. Hard throw to pass. Into the corner. Super Jules saves the rebote. Tevin from the 6 line. Picks the 2-all, puts it inside. 2 bounces. That will score. 2-1. Tevin leads. He serves.
Yeah, good smart throw there by Tevin. Inside with a big bounce. So even if Super Jules is able to come cross court in time, it's going to leave a tough catch. And then he's got to run the entire length of the court, too, to get back to that rebote. Not to be there.
Tevin on the catch. 2-all with a big bounce. Good read by Super Jules. He makes the catch, returns it to pass. Rebote to the inside, thrown hard. Good catch by Super Jules. Here's the backhand. Rebote forehand just above the pad, and that will score. 3-1. Tevin leads. He has the serve. There's the backhand to the inside. Tevin on the catch, backhand. Rebote forehand by Jules. That's well played to the inside. Backhand from the 7 line. Super Jules forehand rebote right up the middle. Tevin's there. Drop shot will score. 4 points for Tevin. He serves.
Smart shot here. Super Jules is hanging back. He's backing up. Really not moving forward. No chance to get up there before that second bounce.
We see Super Jules tying back into his cesta. Again, every time you throw the ball, cesta loosens just ever so slightly. Got to make sure that that hand is tight, whether you're playing the final of an amateur tournament, Supercourt, or Battle Court, or you're practicing. Super Jules on the backhand. Low runner. Gets by Super Jules on the inside and scores. 5-1. Possible match point for Tevin. Good catch by Jules. Here's the backhand. Powerful backhand. Robote for Tevin. Tevin to the inside. And it scores. Point, match, and the singles championship for Tevin. And a phenomenal showing here by Super Jules, who made it to the final round.
So that is it. Tevin crowned 2025 U.S. National Highlight Singles Champion in the Masters Division. Avenging that loss from last season. Good for Tevin. Congratulations. What a solid performance there. So we'll move over to the doubles championship, and then we'll go to that World Supercourt final. Doubles championship, Lhasa and Machina will take on Toto and Gravedigger.
Once again, up next, Masters Division. We're still in the amateur division here before we go back to World Supercourt finals. These are the finals for the U.S. National Highline Championship. The amateur division, the Masters Division.
Yes, Stu, these two teams have been the best so far, meeting up in the championship. Lhasa and Machina defeated Igor and Mickey Mo, then DeCarlo and Super Jules, and then Gino and Hot Toddy, and Rastak and Petra. I mean, some great teams that they've knocked off to get to this final. Toto and Gravedigger, same story. Gallo and Chick, Dos Equis and Conrado, Rule and TB Mad, and then a few moments ago defeating Goyam Beach 6-1. Sorry, 7-1, that was. No, it was 6-1. It was right the first time, Stu. Anyway, doubles championship coming up. Just about 15 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin the doubles final in the U.S. National Highline Championship. Serving, we have the team of Lhasa and Machina, 43. And receiving is the team of Toto and Gravedigger. There's the serve. We begin. Gravedigger with a strong backhand, open it up. Machina, a great catch along the side wall. Gravedigger from the 10, backhand, floated up inside, Machina again. One pass, Gravedigger, Toto on the rebote, lays it up. Lhasa cuts it off. Ball tipped. Lhasa and Machina on the board first here in our final match.
Lhasa and Machina understanding the importance of just catching one more than your opponent here.
Gravedigger from the left side opens up with the backhand. Machina, a great catch off the side wall. Backhand, stopped by Gravedigger. That one clears the overhead screen. Machina, rebote, turned up the middle. Gravedigger's there. Softer cortada, crossing the wall. Machina, great catch. Backhand launch. Toto stays with it. Beautiful rebote. It's off the back wall. Machina again, this time up the middle. Toto passes. Machina retreats, getting into the backcourt. Two-wall save. Toto again, fake the Karen, puts this one inside. Scooped up by Machina. Great
Good
catch.
read.
Gravedigger twists it up there with the right side. Machina advancing, he's up at the 6. Big backhand to pass. Gravedigger steps out of the way. Toto stuffed. Rabote will score. The Cortada Rabote. It ties it 1-1.
That landed Justin's in place to score. Very well done. Toto reaching for that shoulder. Another Iron Man, the brother of our very own Manny.
Low runner just above the pad. Toto with a good catch. Cortada again.
Ooh,
Second
my.
bounce. That'll score.
That was a beautiful Cortada thrown by Toto. Really well done. Low shot. He gets a low shot.
Taking another look at this one. Waste no time here.
Low runner, but a little clip off the side wall. Toto right back. Just that play off the side wall. Beautifully done.
You know, there's the backhand tipped by Toto. 2-2. Tied up.
Did you say tipped by Toto?
I did.
That's one of those Jai-Alai-isms that's, I don't know, just sounds kind of interesting. Two people passing each other in the lobby going, hey, tipped by Toto. Then they want your autograph. Did I screw you up? I did.
Here's Rabote coming out. Toto calls him off.
Oh, hooked it.
And just hooked it into the pad, and that pad is bad. Lhasa Machina with 3, they lead.
Andrew's sitting here, like, thinking about blessing the rains down in Africa. Is that what you're thinking about? You can't get the song out of your head, right?
Yeah, something along those lines.
Phenomenal drummer in the group, Toto, by the way.
Backhand to the inside. Scoop miss. Rabote's there. Rabote left side, saved by Machina. Scooped up by Toto in the front. Rabote to the outside, stopped by Toto. Tries to get that high 3-wall, but Machina knows where to be. Gravedigger, ooh, that got away from him. Up in the overhead screen and out of play. 4-2 lead for Lhasa and Machina.
My, oh my. No, what he was trying to do was trying to get the ball way back. But out of play. With only 6 points to go, get away from you really quick.
Gravedigger, low runner inside, high scoop. Machina's got it. Keeps it inside. Now Toto. Strong backhand cutting along the wall. Machina picks it off, sends it back. Toto again. On Cortada. Crossing the wall. Lhasa, good control to make that catch. Rabote forehand, laid up. Lhasa calls for Machina to take it. He does. Charging down the inside. Forehand crossing. Scoop missed. 5 points possible. Championship point here for Lhasa and Machina.
Just consistent catching, getting the ball back to the front wall, nothing particularly fancy. Has worked for Lhasa and Machina. Let's see if they're able to pull this off.
Gravedigger with the backhand. Machina, great read again. Caught in the air, backhand inside. Gravedigger stops it. Machina from the middle of the court, low runner. Gravedigger, tip ball, point and match. Lhasa and Machina 43 winners of the U.S. National Jai-Alai Doubles Championship in 2025. Well played, man. They went through a gauntlet to get there, and well-deserved. Congratulations, Lhasa and Machina, filling up that center rectangle, our winners in the doubles tournament.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the Jack, the U.S. National Jai-Alai Championship for 2025. Congratulations to our doubles winners, Lhasa and Machina 43, as well as Tevin. We will now move on to the finals of the World Supercourt Tournament.
That's exactly right, Stu. 2.5 minutes away from the start of our doubles championship in the World Supercourt. Gaucheri and Aratz will take on Zulaika and Ubia. 4 battle court players competing in this match. Gaucheri and Aratz have won this thing. Been in the championship before, but Zulaika and Ubia, new team this year, paired up together, and they've had a lot of success playing their way into the championship, led by Zulaika up there in the front court. He's played so well coming into the fall here in 2025. The shots were working for him yesterday. His catching has been solid, but I think the key with that team, Stu, has been the backcourt play of Ubia, because
Absolutely.
that's been the biggest surprise.
Not making misses.
Just has not missed the ball, giving his team a chance, making tough catches. And the thing with Ubia is he's got, such raw power and such easy power that if he can catch consistently, that's not a guy you want to play against and engage in these long rallies against. Be a fun matchup with he and Aratz going at it in the backcourt. Gaucheri in the front against Zulaika. We're going to crown a champion here in about the next half hour or so. Gaucheri and Aratz will have the serve here when we begin. And it all comes down to this, Stu. 30 qualifying matches played all day yesterday. We got down to our top 2 finishers in each group. They played against one another in the semifinal earlier today. And who are we left with? Gaucheri and Aratz, second place finishers in Group A, taking on Zulaika and Ubia, the second place finishers in Group B. So both the second place teams here squaring off. See the clock winding down in the background. Just about ready to begin this final. We'll send it over to Stu to introduce it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin the final for the 2025 World Supercourt Doubles Championship here at Magic City Jai-Alai. Gaucheri will be serving, along with Aratz representing Euskadi. Receiving for the United States, Zulaika in the front court with Ubia in the back. Here's a catch by Aratz. There's the backhand. Backhand by Aratz to the inside. Gaucheri powerfully, wall-to-wall from the left side. Robote coming out. Gaucheri now winding up from the 8. Back to the inside it goes. Scoop. Beautifully made by Ubia on the left side. Powerful backhand. Aratz from the 13 line, back to the inside. Ubia goes wall to wall from the backhand. Robote coming out, Gaucheri's on it. Along the wall, and Ubia's there. Backhand from the 10. Ubia, backhand to the inside, low runner, picked up by Aratz. Powerful backhand by Ubia, beautiful catch by Aratz. Backhand back to the inside. Here's a Rotz from the 10 line. Ubia's there. Backhand from the 11. Rebote forehand, powerfully thrown. Zulaika cuts it off, winds up. The 2-all. Stopped by Gaucheri. That's a difficult play. Good eyes by Zulaika, but the spin a bit too much. His point goes to Gaucheri and a Rotz. The spin has everything to do with it. It's, you know, when you see a ball coming fast, that's one thing, and you think, wow, just throw it harder, throw it harder. In truth, it's easier to catch the harder balls that are coming at you. These that have spin off the front wall, spin off the side wall, Zulaika will catch those all day, but the spin changes with every surface that it touches, and that's spun right out of his cesta. Ubia on the backhand. There's the backhand by Ubia. Backhand by Zulaika. Powerful backhand by Ubia. Rebote forehand. Carries high into the backcourt. Out to the Rebote. Gaucheri's there. Ball's caught by Zulaika. Zulaika to the inside. Rotz, difficult save. Safe play. Ubia almost dropped on him. He made the catch. Beautiful catch by Rotz in the corner. There's the backhand. Inside placement stopped by Zulaika. Split placement stopped on the forehand of Rotz. Rotz from the right side. Zulaika reaching out, makes the catch at the 8 line. Hard to the inside he goes. Ubia, backhand from the 11. Rebote forehand. Beautiful catch by Zulaika at the 8. Zulaika fakes the 2-all. Split placement caught in the air by Rotz. Rotz to the outside. Caught by Ubia. Ubia powerfully from the forehand. Rotz backing up. That ball's tipped. That's a point for Zulaika and Ubia of the United States. 1-1.
Such a powerful throw here by Ubia. In a great read, Rotz goes for the high placement shot. Ubia runs right under it, and then too much power here with Gaucheri out of the play. Rotz all alone, backing up, couldn't scoop it.
It's a good hard serve by Zulaika. Here's the backhand. Ubia, backhand from the 10 line. Gaucheri on the Rebote. Midcourt, stopped. Fine catch on the forehand of Ubia. Outside, placement, and Rotz is there. Cortada, Ubia reads it, moves up. Backhand from the 7 line. Hard to the corner, and Rotz off the wall. Two all. Stopped by Zulaika. The throw on the return by Zulaika. Gets enough carambola to score. Well done. It's a point for Zulaika and Ubia.
Again, that's a 2-all that doesn't open up nearly enough. Zulaika's got it on the boundary line, and when he winds up the forehand, good luck. Crosses the side wall, kicks it back to Rotz's forehand. Even if it's elevated, that's a difficult spin to control, as we talked about a little earlier.
Here's a backhand by Arats to the inside. Beautiful catch by Ubia. Powerful backhand follows. Ubia to the inside. Here's the catch and return by Arats. Robote. Gaucheri, drop shot. Zulaika gets in there. He stops it, throws it right back to the corner. Gaucheri's calling for the Robote. Makes the save. Zulaika reaches out. The 2-all opens up, scooped up by Gaucheri. Gaucheri blasts this one back. Ubia stops it. Clean catch. Great catch by Arats. Here's the backhand. Low, hard backhand stop by Gaucheri. Gaucheri powerfully from the costado, scooped up in the backcourt by Ubia. Excellent catch by Zulaika. Cortada by Zulaika, stopped by Arats. That's an excellent catch by Ubia right at the side wall. Arats is there, backhand from the 10. Low runner, picked up by Ubia. Robote left side. Ubia takes it on the bounce, deep in the backcourt. Gaucheri for the splitter. That's out of play. 3 points for Zulaika and Ubia here in the first set. Representing the United States here in the final for World Supercourt. Zulaika has the serve.
Yeah, it seems like this Euskadi team pressing just a bit. It can throw your game off a bit when you have a player playing so far above what maybe they're used to seeing, and it's tough. Ubia's catching everything. They're used to attacking him in these doubles matches, and now he's one of the strengths of this team. Not giving you anything on either side. Just such consistent play, making life very difficult and frustrating for Gaucheri and Arats.
Excellent catch by Arats. There's the backhand. Ball's on the wall. Gaucheri makes a difficult save. Zulaika's right there. Takes it on the bounce. Fires it back inside. Scoop by Arats. Robote left side to the outside to the left side of Gaucheri. Robote save by Ubia. Big bounce brought down by Arats. Nice throw. Robote forehand to pass. Gaucheri, forehand Robote. Zulaika cuts it off. Fakes the 2-all, drops it inside. Two bounces, it scores. Beautifully executed by Zulaika to score. Team USA, Zulaika and Ubia lead 4-1.
And if Zulaika can start to throw this drop shot with consistency, that's dangerous for his, well, for the other teams. He has a great costado 2-all, which forces you to defend the entire, width of the court to the net. If he can throw the drop shot too and keep it close to the side wall to cover that much space, about 30, 40 feet, is not easy given his power too. And how quickly he can snap that 2-all in.
Fault, underserved, battle court rules. And World Supercourt rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must land between the 4 and 7 line.
That's a double fault.
Double fault.
Wow.
Loss of point. Gaucheri and Arats on the board with 2 points. Gaucheri has the serve.
Again, a double fault at this level and a second over serve in a row. It's all about the guy standing in that box, and Gaucheri will
100%.
make a play. On a second serve, Zulaika's not going to leave anything back, not going to give one up. Oh, he went for it, man.
Point 4, Gaucheri and Arats off that miss. They have 3 points and the serve. Zulaika more than capable of making that catch, just unable to settle it, and it is coming fast. We saw that in the first match today, I think Urrutia? Someone went to pick a serve and was like, ooh, that's coming a bit hard. Here's a backhand by Ubia, caught by Gaucheri. Rebote forehand. Rebote forehand by Zulaika, fire to the inside. What a catch by Aratz at the back wall. Low runner to the inside. Great catch again by Aratz. Rebote left side by Gaucheri, stays on the wall the whole way. That's a beautiful big scoop by Ubia. Gaucheri at the side wall, big backhand. Catch by Ubia, deep in the backcourt. To the corner it goes. Rebote dropping. Ubia from the 10 line. Scoop by Ubia. Zulaika now from the 7 line. Costado to the inside. Rebote for Aratz. He makes the save. Ubia steps up. Backhand from the 9 to the inside. Powerfully thrown. And scoring. 5 points for Zulaika and Ubia. Possible set point.
Rare drop coming straight to the left side of Aratz. A little contact there with the side wall. Trips him up, but still one that you expect him to bring in. And look, I didn't know if I'd ever say it, but there's an argument to be made that Ubia is the best of the 4 players out there on the court right now. I mean, those 2 catches he made on that point alone, right along the side wall, has been phenomenal.
Better than Gaucheri overall?
It's 5-3 right now. We'll see if it's 6-5. I'm saying for the moment.
Gaucheri takes the serve, rifles it back, and it scores.
See, knew that was coming. Yeah.
Well, Andrew, would you like to rethink your logic a little bit there?
No.
Okay, I appreciate you're sticking to your guns. Still possible. Match point here for Zulaika and Ubia.
You knew it was coming, those two. You know, I'm sorry to Ubia, sorry to his friends, family, supporters. But he's just been playing so well. It's hard not to recognize him.
There somewhere?
No, Gaucheri's still the best player on this court. I'm saying he's in the first 8 points that we played, he was the best player.
I understand your qualification.
But he's not better than Gaucheri. We'll clear that up.
There's the backhand by Ubia. Powerful backhand, wall to wall. Gaucheri's got it. Rifles it back inside. Here's Ubia. Ubia from the forehand. Another bullet fired. Gaucheri calls for the rebote, plays it inside. Ubia again. Beautiful catch. Backhand. He is playing great, though. No question about it. Backhand by Ubia to the inside. Rebote. Gaucheri sends it back. Ubia is there. Rebote save by Gaucheri is hooked. Point and set to Zulaika and Ubia. Winning the first set, 6-4. 2-minute break. We'll come back out, play our next set.
I haven't dropped the set today. Zulaika and Ubia win the first one in the championship round. They just need one of these next 2 sets to win World Supercourt. Great playing there by Ubia in the backcourt. There's his front court counterpart, Zulaika. Nice drop shot earlier on. A couple of the 2 walls Gaucheri was able to catch, but again, didn't cost him all too much in the end. And a reminder, folks, if you like the action that you're seeing here, we will begin Battle Court Jai-Alai, our regular season beginning on Tuesday, 5 p.m. start time on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday nights. So that will be our schedule Tuesday through Friday this upcoming fall. Ubia and Zulaika representing the Chargers. But then you flip over to the other side, you'll see Gaucheri and Aratz used to be teammates for the Renegades. They had a lot of success together. Gaucheri's still a member of that Renegades team, but Aratz has made a new name for himself as a member of the Fireballs. And check that out beginning Tuesday, this Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, not many opportunities for the brothers to play together again, so not taking this for granted. Can imagine, as he's talked about at length, Gaucheri coming out after losing a set is the most dangerous player. But if Ubia keeps catching like this and Zulaika, you know, keeps playing the same way up in the front, it's going to be tough to beat this team. Gaucheri and Arats are champions for a reason, though.
Not to mention nationality offers. Offers? I don't know if it's a nationality offer, but nationality honors.
Yes.
Online as well.
Second set, ready to begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our second set. Gaucheri will have the serve for Team Yuskavi. Gaucheri serves, we begin. Zulaika takes the serve, rifles this Kosti straight to the backcourt where it scores the first point of the important second set. Goes to Zulaika and Ubia. Well, Zulaika making a point with that. Taking the serve, rifling it at the just straight to the backcourt, in the air the whole way.
Oh. Talk about setting the tone for the second set. I mean, he gets Gaucheri's serve, throws it to Arats, and he can't catch it.
But I mean, Arats has been catching everything. That's how hard this ball was coming. Just bounced right. And you see how he was preparing for maybe a drop shot or inside placement. Came right at his knees. Scoop by Ubia. Rebote by Gaucheri. Ubia on the left side. Here's a backhand. Arats is there. Backhand. Difficult Rebote save. Arats makes the catch. Backhand to the inside. What a catch by Ubia at the 9 line. Hard to the inside. Arats is there. Ubia comes to the backcourt to make the play. Rebote for Gaucheri. Looks for the big bounce. Excellent catch by Ubia. Ubia low and hard from the forehand. There's a backhand. Caught by Ubia. Ubia again from the right side. Ubia now from the 10 line. Backhand. Low hard backhand scooped up by Ubia. Rebote forehand by Zulaika. Clears the overhead screen. Comes to the left side of Arats. Gaucheri for the Rebote. To the inside. Rebote forehand saved by Ubia. Inside placement. Ubia. Great eyes. Great scoop. There's the backhand. Rebote comes right up the middle. Zulaika's there. Firing it to the inside. Rotate forehand by Zulaika. 2 pass. Caught by Arats. Arats, good reach. Ubia takes it down low. Backhand to the inside. Beautiful catch by Ubia. Arats. Let's come to the Rebote. It's a 2-all.
It's out.
And it lands out. That's 2 points for Zulaika and Ubia in the second set. Zulaika serves.
And this ball's coming in so quickly, just doesn't have full control. It clips the sidewall off the Rebote and sails all the way out of play.
It worked for him once before. I mean, worked for him earlier today, just not there. Zulaika on the powerful serve. Here's the backhand by Arats. Right up the middle. Rebote coming out. Rebote by Zulaika. Caught by Arats. Arats now from the 11 line to the inside. That's going to go wall to wall and out to the Rebote. Gaucheri on the Rebote. Rifle to the outside. Zulaika has it. That 2-all a little wonky and Juggling ruled on the catch of Arats, point for Zulaika and Ubia.
Look, well, I'm going to say it, Stu, again. I don't understand getting upset with a player for asking the ref for a call when you committed an infraction. I really don't get it. Like, you're upset that you got caught, but again, it's a tough catch. It's not anything about Arats, but the ref made the call. It's not Ubia's call.
Well, you seem to get upset with me when I criticize your announcing, so I understand that you would get that.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you. Right.
And I am highly critical. Not anymore. It was
No,
like the first year. Now you're awesome. Excellent serve by Zulaika. Here's the backhand by Arats. Rebote save. That's high.
Wow, that's in.
Sherry's got it. Rifling it to the outside. What a catch by Zulaika. The 2-all. Lands out. Good effort by Zulaika to keep that in play. That's a point for Gaucheri and Arats. Gaucheri serves.
And it felt like it could have been over right there if Zulaika lands it in.
That's
just
a tough
an
one, too.
incredible rebote to clear the screen. And Gaucheri doesn't look like he's going outside. Somehow Zulaika scoops it.
Yeah, and he maintained control of that the entire time, but it just lands out.
Gaucheri fired up. Just have to see one go up on the board. See how quick this serve is. Oh, yeah.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. The good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Zulaika picks this serve. Back to the inside it goes, where it scores on the second bounce. 4 points for Zulaika and Ubia. Gaucheri and Arats with 1. Zulaika serves.
A couple different things you can do with the costado. That's the shoulder level throw. You can go inside, you can go outside, you can throw the 2-wall, a splitter, a drop shot. We haven't seen Zulaika powered inside all too much in his battle court.
What we
Magic
have
City
seen
career.
is Gaucheri come back from 0, from 1, from 2. So if
It's not a comfortable lead.
no,
These
it's not.
guys know it too.
Absolutely. Outside serve. Arats keeps it on the left side, lays it up. Middle of the court, Ubia makes the catch. Hard throw, stopped by Gaucheri. Gaucheri back to the inside. Zulaika gets the 8 line to make the stop. Hard throw, caught by Arats deep in the backcourt. Big backhand by Ubia, stopped by Arats. Arats on the backhand. Rebote for Gaucheri. Gaucheri, powerful forehand. Rebote saved by Ubia, big bounce. Arats looking for the rebote. Wings it. Lands in and scores. Two points for Gaucheri and Arats. He serves.
Yeah, Arats, just a little clip off the side wall. With Ubia stuck inside, it's just got to land in. And then it hits the cage.
There's a catch by Ubia. Backhand to the inside. Arats is there. That's a great catch by Ubia, made overhead. Ubia down low, backhand from the 11 line. Powerfully thrown. Rotate forehand, sidearm by Gaucheri. From the 11 line, powerful throw. Rotate forehand. Low catch, made well by Ubia. There's the backhand. Arats from the 12. Gaucheri makes the catch. Costado caught in the air by Ubia. That's beautiful. Low, low runner. Scooped up by Arats. Here's the backhand. Gaucheri looks for the rebote. It's dropping. He makes the save. Zulaika reaches in. Powerful Costado inside. Scooped up beautifully by Arats. Here's Ubia. Fine catch. Big right side. Out the middle. Gaucheri's there. Ubia. Rebote. Caught by Gaucheri. Drop shot by Gaucheri. Caught by Zulaika. Zulaika rips this outside to score. The Philo scores. 5 points for Zulaika and Ubia. This is possible match point, possible championship point.
Well, Zulaika's opened up the offensive part of his game here. Another shot that we don't see him throw a
All
lot.
weekend long?
Costado straight to the outside. So he's added the drop shot. He's added the Costado outside. What I love about those shots is look how much court you have to cover in between where those two balls landed. You got to cover the inside and all the way to the net. The defense never knows where the ball's going, and that's why he's been so effective throughout this tournament. That'll
Point,
do it.
set, and match, plus the 2025 World Supercourt Championship going to Team USA for the team win, and Zulaika and Ubia representing the United States for the doubles championship.
The #1 doubles team in the world. Ubia, Zulaika, John, and Gorka. Let's hear it for them. All right, it's heavy. All right, guys. Congratulations.
Our World Supercourt champions, Zulaika and Ubia. Let me get away from you guys here so open up. So take me back yesterday in the qualifying. You guys play your final match. You don't even know that you're going to be in the semifinal. What's going through your head as you're watching that final match in qualifying yesterday?
Had the opportunity that we were advancing. We said we're going all in, nothing to lose, everything to win. And I think we saw it on the court. We played no pressure. We play our game, our level, and we got the win. So very happy.
Yeah, I'll ask you this too. You play with Ubia a lot. You guys are a battle court team, Division I doubles for the Chargers. Have you ever seen him play to this level that we saw today in the last couple days?
Honestly, he's playing the best highlight of his life, and I'm a privileged guy that I'm his partner. So a pleasure always, in the bad times, in the good times. So now we gotta enjoy this time.
Awesome, Zulaika. And Ubia, we'll ask you too, is dad's strength the real thing? I know you just welcomed a kid. You played your best highlight. How real is that?
You're darn right it is. Sleep deprivation's kicking in effect, but very happy. Blessed to be able to play with John, be his partner. Hopefully this is a preview for the Chargers, what's gonna come up with the season. And like I said, blessed to be with him, both inside and outside the court many, many times. So thank you, John.
Awesome, guys. You didn't drop a set today. Congratulations. Awesome play. World Supercourt champions, Zulaika and Ubia, everybody. Thank you, guys. And with that, that's going to conclude our World Supercourt and U.S. National Highlight Championship, the most fun highlight event of the year. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget Battle Court, starting this week, Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you on Tuesday.